It's showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the next Reels, dun, 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 Saturday Matinee, our weekly show where the Next Reel team gets together to talk about news, reviews, trailers, weekly list challenges, my favorite games, and more. I am Mandy Kaplan, and I'm joined today by the lovely and glorious Pete Wright.
Did not expect that. Oh, I'm so
Pete,
glad to be here with you, Mandy.
Say hello to the people, to America, to the world.
I don't even know what to say.
The longer you and I keep this up, the longer we don't let Mandy Fabian talk.
Thank you. Oh, hello. Hello.
This is
Hello.
your second time, Fabian, right?
It is. I'm no longer a Sat-Mat virgin. This is...
Right away with the profanity, one.
What's profane about a virgin? It was a great song by Madonna back in the 1700s, wasn't it? Like a virgin?
I'm too young to know who Madonna is.
I know, sweetheart. I'll get you a disc, and I'll tell you what a disc
you.
is later. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Thank you. I think I slipped a disc earlier.
Hey, cantankerous elderly people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No spoilers, Pete.
That's why I was invited on this show, right? Anyway.
Because you are
Cantankerous
a cantankerous
elderly
and
person.
cute elderly person.
Thank you.
What have you guys been up to? What are you watching? Tell me everything.
I have one, and I have one for you guys, both of you, because this feels like something horribly you should have seen. I think I may have, Dr. Death.
Oh.
Dr.
With
Death.
Joshua Jackson?
Yes.
Is it
Joshua
good?
Jackson, Pacey Witter himself.
Okay.
And Alec Baldwin and Christian effing Slater, who is amazing. And these two, Christian Slater and Alec Baldwin, are like the vascular surgery, neurosurgery odd couple that you never knew you needed. I think they are fantastic. This is an over-the-top...
The Bert and Ernie of neurosurgery,
Yes, they
if you will.
absolutely are. This
Sure.
is the most over-the-top, gloriously, beautifully melodramatic, true story about a sociopathic, the pen's coming out, sociopathic
I'm writing it down.
Neurosurgeon who failed up all his life and ended up killing people and maiming people, and he made his best friend a quadriplegic. Christopher Dunn, he's in prison until he's 74 when he is first eligible for parole. It is...
And hopefully single.
It's an extraordinary story. It was based on a podcast, a Wondery podcast that was bought. Podcasts, you could make a show out of the Sat-Mat. I'm just saying. I'm not saying we have a price, but I know there is one that exists. And but it bought it. It's on Peacock with these three. It's so gross amazing. I cannot get enough of it.
Well, the same producers as Dirty John, right?
Right.
It was the second season of Dirty John, essentially.
Now I
think
have to
so.
get Peacock. I mean, it's just a new channel every day.
I know. It's just the same old.
I'm so excited, though. That sounds heavenly. I love stories about people who fail up. It's my single favorite topic. Truly.
We watched, my daughter and I watched it together. We watched, it's only 8 episodes. Like, you get the free trial somewhere and just watch it in a day. But we came up and we had the bends. Like, we were totally at the shakes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It was amazing.
That's
it's like gloriously, it's soap opera. It's like Dallas, Dynasty,
great,
and neurosurgery.
Oh my God.
Well,
amazing.
Adjacent to that, we started watching Only Murders in the Building on Hulu.
Wait. Is that Steve Martin
Steve Martin and Martin
the adorable singer?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
How is it?
We're really liking it. And I mean, as a true crime podcast person, it's really rooted in what happens when you listen to too many true crime podcasts and you start to think of yourself as like, I could be Sarah Koenig. And it's really, I think it's fun. I'm not saying it's brilliant, but who doesn't want to watch Steve Martin and Martin Short?
There's nobody. There's nobody that doesn't.
There's nobody. They are absolutely darling. We're enjoying it.
It's funny because I also watched a Steve Martin movie last night, but we have a different thing going on in our house because we're all quarantined because my daughter got the COVID. She's fine. Everything's okay. But so we've been doing educational. Are we allowed to talk about the fact that COVID exists, or is that I'm not sure who our crowd is?
No, it is just that so emotional. The weight, I felt the weight on top of my head. You said that, I was like, oh, there we go.
It's
another poor person. Who's doing fine.
She's fine. Every day I'm like, who's rocking COVID today? You are, lady. So we were watching like educational things and also all kid things. But we watched Little Shop of Horrors last night with Rick Moranis and Ellen Green, and Steve Martin is so hilarious. And I'd completely forgotten that Bill Murray comes in and plays that manic. What's the thing when you're a masochist? Yeah, not sadist, but a masochist. So that's what we watched. It's old timey, but it's a goodie. And there's a new one coming out, right?
Yes, big time. Yeah,
a new Little Shop.
Yeah.
Stage.
At the moment, I can't remember anybody that's in it, but it's a really good cast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a new Broadway. In fact, I think it already started and now it's coming back.
Okay.
And it's diverse and modern and great.
Mm-hmm. Who's playing the plant?
It's Scarlett Johansson.
As the plant?
No, Pete. Greg Berlanti's directing.
Oh.
So far, not diverse at all. But go on.
You're right. Taron Egerton is rumored. They're all rumored, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
Billy
so
Porter
it's still in the mix.
Billy
Audrey
Porter.
too.
Okay.
Billy Porter.
Okay. There we go.
You go.
Check it. We've checked the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Well, speaking of, I'm about to try and transition, but I'm not sure if what I'm saying is correct. Speaking of Chris Evans, who is Captain America, who is a Marvel character.
That sounds
right. Did I get that right? Man,
I don't know. Yeah. You're asking me?
Do you want to fact check that? I'm kidding.
Let me. If I could figure out how to use my phone, I would.
I was told this was a Sandra Bullock only show tonight. I did not prepare for Marvel.
Well, in my rigorous research, in order to prepare for tonight's podcast, I found a very fun article, probably some might call it clickbait, about actors who turned down major Marvel roles. And I would like to discuss.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Now, there is a Marvel show that I've learned about on this show called What If, where it's like an alternate reality, right?
Yes.
So, what if Tom Cruise was Iron Man?
Oh, yeah, it would have been very hunky.
It's also hunky.
I mean, they're both bat bleep crazy, both those actors. So they would both bring an edge.
Was he under contract at any point? Or was he just offered the role?
In my rigorous research, it just says he turned it down.
Oh, Tom Cruise turned down Iron Man.
You know Tom Cruise is not Iron Man, right, Fabian?
Yeah. I know it's the guy who was in Less Than Zero. Is that what he was in? I know. Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Our game is going to go really well.
Robert Downey Jr. tonight. Outstanding.
I don't remember if that's, but anyway, I love Robert Downey Jr. I know he was Iron
Bang,
Man.
Bang.
I saw that one. Yes. I think it's pretty, because Tom Cruise wasn't like producing and making and in charge of Iron Man. Like Tom Cruise is movies, right? Like he doesn't have to jump into a somebody else's franchise. He's got like 6 of his own, doesn't he? Plus, I don't think Iron Man is in the Scientology science fiction. Like, I don't think it's an actual character in.
He's not a Thetan
in the science fiction, so I don't think he's allowed to play anything that's not a Thetan.
OT8. Yeah.
Okay.
In my rigorous research of Scientology, so
I know you guys are like in the neighborhood of the main clinic down there, so I don't want to step on your vast knowledge of Scientology. I do think, in all seriousness, I think Tom Cruise, he dirtied up in Edge of Tomorrow, and wore the suit. Like, he had effectively a big suit in that movie, and I think he looked great, and he did great. I cannot in my head imagine anyone else playing Iron Man anymore. I think Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. and vice versa, and so
that's
I'm
a successful
bully
performance
for him.
If you can't picture anyone else.
Yeah, I really am locked in.
Now, you brought up Edge of Tomorrow. Who is the female co-star in that movie? I think I have this right.
Yeah, it was Emily Blunt.
She was up for Black Widow.
She's an exceptional badass.
Oh,
yeah.
She can do no wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
she
love
can
her.
sing straight up. She's a triple, quadruple, quintuple threat. There's a lot of threats.
She's very threatening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very threatening.
Yeah, I'm very threatened by her.
I
Yeah.
could see her as Black Widow.
I could see her as Black Widow. I do.
She had a scheduling conflict and was unable to appear in the film.
No, don't you think she was just afraid of it? I mean, if somebody comes to you and says, "Do you want to do Black Widow?" and you're not Tom Cruise, like, don't you make sure you open your schedule for something like that? I mean, you'd never have to work again. I think she just got afraid. That's what I think.
Mandy, I wonder this every time I hear one of these stories. Like somebody comes to you and says, here's the thing that is massive and it's going to change your life forever. And you say no for the art. Like, I get it. Like there is, people have to have pride in their craft, but also how many lives do you think Tony Stark / Robert Downey Jr. has changed in just inspiring people and kids?
Yep.
It's great. And so I have a hard time with that too. I have a hard time. I think you're on it. Like with that, it's hard to imagine doing the things that Scarlett Johansson does in that movie and does by way of her Heidi Moneymaker, her stunt woman that's worked with her for years and years. She's done some extraordinary things in that movie and they're terrifying. And I think it just takes a incredible leap to get there.
How about that Brie character, the one who is Captain America? That's a Marvel thing, right?
Yes.
Captain
Brie Larson,
Marvel.
right? Yeah, like
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
So how'd that go for her? Like, were people sort of going, "Oh no, Brie, move on, go back to the baking show"? Like, what did people criticize her performance, or was she okay?
I don't know. I thought she was okay. I thought she was terrific. She's a badass.
The baking show, she had just won an Oscar.
Yeah,
What's
for
the
Room.
baking show?
Man, look, I know you're not Hollywood savvy like I am, but like they all eventually end
They
up
all
on a
have a
baking
baking
show.
show.
It's. I'm not saying she's already been on a baking show, but she will. She will.
Oh, okay.
She's already
Okay.
baking show adjacent.
Well,
Her name is
whatever.
Brie.
Yeah.
I love a baked
She'll
brie.
probably have a cheese.
And we're talking about cheese.
No.
Oh,
Again, another one. You guys are Scott Pilgrim versus the World fans, yeah?
I love that movie. I haven't seen it in years.
She does her own singing in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
She's a pop star.
Wow.
She had a brief pop career. So did Scarlett Johansson, but not pop. She has CDs out that are
Yes, she
brooding
does.
and
What?
moody and yeah.
Yes.
My God.
Yeah.
I gotta check this out.
Um,
I love hyphenates.
She's a good singer, not a lyricist of note. So
Duly
good to
noted.
know. She ain't no jewel with a book of poetry. So one last one that I think could have changed the world as we know it.
okay.
Russell Crowe. Can you guess what role Russell Crowe was
Superman.
playing and allegedly abandoned, and it was taken over by a very iconic actor?
Really?
I can absolutely guess. There's only one that I can think of in all of Marvel lore,
Wonder Woman.
which is
Pete?
DC. Also, Superman is DC.
Spider-Man.
So there we go. That's closer.
The
He'd look a
man-
little
Stop saying
hairy.
words.
He'd look a little hairy for the suit. I'm going to guess it was Wolverine.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And according to my research, Hugh Jackman said, I only got the role because Russell Crowe backed out.
I didn't know that Wolverine was Australian.
But this, back to Mandy's point, to this is a role that he is on the record many times as saying this role changed the course, the trajectory of my life, because he has played Wolverine for 20 years in these movies, and so like, how would you ever? You're Russell Crowe. What are you doing? And then he ends up going to play Wolverine in that movie he just did, the Rush Hour movie, where he got mad and beat up a bunch of cars and did the traffic. He just did it. It was a pandemic movie. It was
Know your
a road
audience,
rage
Pete.
movie. I can't even remember the name of the. Oh, for crying out loud!
Was it Frozen or something?
It was-
Like
He
Fro-
didn't.
Ice Road
He didn't
Truckers?
sing as much. Russell Crowe road rage movie. It's called Unhinged.
Unhinged. Okay,
Unhinged.
sure.
There it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting, and I love casting, and I
Yeah.
love, as people who know me know, I love saying, who else could be in this movie? And, oh, I could have seen this person. So it was interesting to see what the alternate reality could have been.
What if?
Yeah.
Somewhere over the rainbow. Okay, just real quick. Mike Richards, America's sweetheart, executive producer, and almost host of Jeopardy. Done. Gone.
What do we think of that? That's like hot news.
It's fantastic.
Do you know Mike? Do you go on weekend hikes?
I'm trying to decide if you just said that someone got fired or is dead. So
Fired.
I don't know which.
Okay. I'm going to guess you don't dine. Yeah, the big news on this one was that Mike Richards, he was already relieved of his, I'm going to guess, self-appointed duties as host, and he stepped back to become EP again exclusively after recording a week of shows that I understand Paramount is just going to release when the time comes.
They won't release those.
Yeah,
No way.
they'd already said they would. They're not going to change the schedule, but they are going back into hunt mode to find somebody. So
LeVar Burton.
Go on. Right, Reading Rainbow. Okay, so but the news that we get today is that in fact he's no longer going to be executive producer for Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, which is I think I don't know, probably the guy needs a break from entertainment for a while.
He's going to be out of work. I assume become a pen pal and possible prison lover of Dr. Death. It'll start through letters and emails and build to a conjugal marriage.
Does our entire audience know what happened? And I'm the only person who doesn't know what happened. I know that they were considering a new person who was equally as horrible. But I don't know. Was this Michael Richards from Seinfeld?
No. This is Mike Richards, he's been a longtime game show producer. He was on The Price is Right, and he had a podcast before that. And he said some things on the podcast that were untoward, sexist things. We don't need to read about him for sure, but he said some things that got him in trouble. People found them, and they found them with like one search on Google after the team searching for the new host said, "Oh, you know what? We are going to rigorously include social media in our, in our candidacy evaluation for these new hosts." And then they just missed that the guy has a history of pretty rampant sexism and obvious and not. He had some real issues, and of course, people are young and they change over time, and I totally get it. But that then he gets this job after he's already the executive producer of the show, it looks really bad because there were so many fantastically talented people who came in to audition for this thing and to do their tryout. And so it's tainted. The whole experience was tainted. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment entirely. And it's really disgusting to hold a search. I'm interviewing everybody and then I just pick me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's
weird. I mean, that's how I got our podcast, but it's unethical.
Well,
I propose a write-in campaign for Tommy Metz to host Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Are you guys with me?
Yeah, I think he should do most things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote him in to be the candidate for governor of California, so fingers crossed, you guys.
Perfect.
I mean,
it's not a long shot.
Well, he's running against Foster, so we'll see.
Oh, no, you're right. That's tight race.
All right, kids. Moving on to trailers.
You're going to skip my two stories. That's what you're going to do.
I'm going to do that.
Do you know what Dickinson is?
Yes.
The Haley Steinfeld show?
Yes.
Have you watched it?
No.
Oh my gosh. It feels like it's right up your alley, this show.
My bedtime is 8:15.
I want to watch it.
I don't watch a
Streaming
lot.
show, Mandy. You just press play whenever you want.
I gotta watch this.
I got a job.
It is a period show about Dickinson, the poet, and she is. But it is written in I think a really novel and way. The language goes in and out in sort of period speak to modern speak. So they'll be speaking and suddenly you'll hear this, dude, that bites. This really sucks. I have to go write a poem and milk a goat. It is bizarre, but it's smart. It it is a beautiful story about her coming into her sexuality. Right, she was a closeted lesbian, as far as I know. I don't know most of her story in real life. I've read some poems, but I really enjoyed this. And they like Ted Lasso on Apple. They have said, you know what, we're going to go out when we go out, when we planned to go out, and that is after a third season, and then we're going to be done. So they're bringing on Billy Eichner as Walt Whitman. Yes. Wright, and Chloe Fineman as Sylvia Plath. And so that's going to be season 3.
Oh my God, I have to watch this now.
Fabian, Mandy didn't want to talk about this.
Oh.
So I just want that to be on the table.
You just saved my life. I can't believe it.
And Fabian, you can force me to watch it for our podcast.
Yes. Yes.
I find it one of those things. It's like, to me, it's like you put one of those slightly spicy cinnamon candies in your mouth and they're really good for a little bit. And then you realize, why am I sucking this? I don't understand why I like it, but you can't stop eating it, right? Like, it's not a show I'm going to say this is the best transformative show I've ever seen, but I can't stop watching it. The performances and the writing are just kind of delightful. So,
all right.
That's great.
It's the Mike and Ike of TV.
Yes. And the other thing I wanted to bully my way into the story is just because we're back into booting tentpole movies. And just today we had the news that Top Gun Maverick is moving out of its November release date to May 22nd, 2022, I think. And that bumps Mission Impossible 7 to September of 2022. You guys were so
the dates,
in it
everybody.
again. The bouncing theatrical release dates are a nightmare, and here we are. So that's all. Now,
but I understand. I mean, Top Gun, it belongs on a screen. They really, really want it to be a summer blockbuster on a big screen. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, some of us have been binging the old one, getting ready. So I guess.
Well, that's why, they keep saying the theatrical experience is irreplaceable. And I think if the pandemic has taught a lot of us anything, it's that it's not really irreplaceable. Like, I really kind of enjoy hanging out on my couch and doing the thing. So anyhow, that's my story.
Well,
trailers it is. You're dry. You're done. I'm done.
Can I edit this episode? Or
you were right. I'm cutting all of me out. It's just going to be you and Mandy and blank space.
So, Mandy, I picked this trailer that I found topical. Mandy and I had just been discussing and debating Melissa McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a theory that right now she is doing better work when she takes a dramatic turn. And I saw this trailer and flipped. It looks really powerful and small. And it's Chris O'Dowd, who is so charming and watchable, and Melissa McCarthy. They are married. It's hard to tell what goes wrong, but he's suffering from mental illness and checks into a facility. This movie is called The Starling.
How are you sleeping?
Terrific.
Are you eating okay?
Yes, I don't know if they give Michelin stars to mental health facilities, but if they did...
How's he doing, really?
It's going to take some time. He's been through a lot. And what about you?
Oh, I'm fine.
People have been noticing you're acting sort of funny. You're distracted.
There's a guy I used to work with. Someone you could talk to.
What's your pet's name? I don't have a pet.
No pet.
That's a first. Come on back. None of you. Sit down. Stay.
I just can't wait. It looks powerful and relatable and interesting. And what did you guys think of it?
Well, as you can imagine, I watched the trailer, and at the end I was like, F you. Look, I love Melissa McCarthy. I also feel she can do no wrong. And I also love Chris O'Dowd. Yeah.
O'Dowd.
But it was it's dead baby drama. You couldn't tell what goes on. It's dead baby drama.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily enjoy dead baby drama. I feel like,
God, I love dead babies.
do you? I
do.
I've seen your scrapbooks, but I didn't know that it translated into television and film as well.
No,
but that said, like, I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful a beautiful movie. I felt it was like I felt the weight of just the trailer. It was one of those things like, hey, do you want to come and sob uncontrollably for a couple hours? Welcome. I don't know.
I love that. I love a good cathartic tearjerker. Yeah. And I'm going to force you to watch it for our podcast. And I can tell Pete does not want to see this movie. He made a face like he
No, I'll tell you what happened is I immediately after I watched it, I sent the trailer to my wife and I just said in the text, I dare you not to cry. Here's the trailer. I am actually on Team Mandy.
Oh, yay!
Look at what I did. I'm on the other Mandy. I actually was weepy at the end of it. I was like, oh my God, this movie is so manipulative with its little CGI swallows. And it still had me, oh God. Made me so mad that it had me wrapped up with it. So I think I will see it. It'll be a small screen so I can turn the volume down when it gets tearjerkery.
You can cook and fold laundry and do whatever you want. I'm going to do other stuff
because I also don't like the bed baby drama.
Yes.
But this is one that I want to watch specifically because of that Thunder Force trauma. Capital T trauma that I experienced.
Cleanse your palate.
Yeah, because I really liked Can You Ever Forgive Me? And I think that turn when she does that, she's
Saint Vincent.
Yes, she's just So
and you
I
love
give it a
heavy-handed bird analogy.
And
you always have, Pete.
Those little CG birds.
I'm also
going to start singing.
I'm also a huge fan of Kevin Kline. I mean, The Big Chill is one of my favorite movies. And Fish
Called Wanda.
And Fish Called Wanda, everything he's ever done. So what I'll say is, while my first response was, F you, go screw yourself with your baby drama, I also was like, I know I'm going to watch it and I'm probably going to like it.
Oh, you're going to watch it. Yep. All right, Fabian, what did you bring to the table?
I brought a movie that, to be honest, I didn't know existed until this trailer. So good work, trailer people. Your job has accomplished something. It's a movie called Spencer, and it is it's like a biopic about Diana Spencer, Princess Diana.
Ma'am, they're waiting for you.
They know everything.
They don't.
So it says Spencer. So when the trailer started, I didn't really know what it was about. I was really into the whole, we're in a royal place and I see there's soup all being placed at the exact same time at a dinner table, which I thought was so elegant. I mean, the soup moment really brought me in. I was like, whatever it is, I'm going to watch it. And then when I saw that I had mixed emotions because I was like, oh my God, look at that woman playing Diana. Like, this actually looks like a story that's compelling. And I don't know much about Diana. And then I saw it was Kristen Stewart, and I was like, oh boy. But we'll see. But
oh boy? Why oh boy?
She can be good.
What's that?
She could be good.
Yeah, I'm sure she can. I've seen her not be great, and I've seen her be great. I've seen both. And it's a lot. It's a lot like why, I don't know if you know this, but Emily Blunt didn't say yes to play the... God damn it. What is it? The Scarlett Johansson.
Would have been a good joke.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, you came off the runway too early. Yeah, it's rough.
Emily Blunt didn't play Black Widow.
Get the bleep button ready, Pete. It's a Fabian production. Funny, when you just described the trailer, I would rather watch a movie called Soup Moment. That sounds more fascinating than this trailer.
What?
Oh God, I couldn't care less. Literally, I have no interest in the royals. I have no interest in Princess Diana. It just looks like another boring biopic. And they're like, from the makers of Jackie. And I'm like, oh, another boring biopic? Like, I am so over biopics, particularly of people I just don't care about. Not one thing about this intrigues me. I will not see this movie.
Or you
I have spoken.
I feel like we've really created magic here tonight as a test bed for further podcasting. I feel like I will see it for Kristen Stewart because I am curious. But I was 25 when Diana died. And I had zero interest in the Royals at that time. And since that time, that has festered into an overt antagonism toward the Royals. I just don't like thinking about it. I think whenever the marriages and all this stuff, I'm like, just be done. I don't need all of your pomp and circumstance. I sent this to my mother. Apparently, I'm just sending your trailers to the women in my life. I sent this to my mother, and she was like, I cannot wait for this. I can't wait, because Diana was a big part of her adult life, right? Like she just was following that. And so I think this has a niche, this movie.
My hesitation about Kristen Stewart is that she seems like a bottom lip biter like Dakota Johnson. Like these actresses who rely on but I'm doing it for the live streamers. Anybody watching, like I don't know, does this make me look deep and pouty and thoughtful? That's what Kristen Stewart, I think, brings. So,
but you know what I'll say?
I've seen her be good.
I've also been completely disinterested in the Royals ever. I don't even know anything about it, which kind of will make it fun, because even though it's a biopic, I don't really know the story. But there was something about this trailer, and specifically Kristen Stewart, because I didn't know it was her, because she was unrecognizable to me at the beginning of it, and because I was sucked into the story from the trailer, which is kind of unusual.
That's telling.
I'm a cynical bastard. So, I said a B word. I'm sorry.
That's why I love you.
That's not one of the words. That's not one of the words. It's okay.
Okay, great. But I'm with you. It is something that it drew me in. I was really excited to see it.
All right. Pete.
Oh, me.
Take us home. Talk about a trailer.
What? I chose a horror trailer. I don't know if you know this, but I've had a real turn in my life. And the before times, I did not like horror movies. And now I like all the horror movies. And that's a big deal. So I'm trying to catch up. I've got 5 decades of horror movies I need to catch up on. And so I ended up running into Malignant, the new James Wan joint.
When I was young, something happened to me.
Stop saying that.
Daddy, who are you talking to?
Gabriel.
Is he your imaginary friend?
Whatever you went through before you joined our family, it hurt you in a way that I can't even imagine. You created him.
Daddy, what's going on?
So that you could survive.
I wanted to do something that was a bit different, but yet hark back to my roots. You gotta take chances. If you don't, you end up making the same old thing again and again and again. I think audiences are starved for something that's new and different.
We are going to turn back the hands of time. Close your eyes.
It's coming real soon, like September 10th soon. The log is Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities. So, horror movie. All right. I really love the visuals in this movie. I think they did something interesting with the CG to transform her space. That was compelling to me. But mostly, I love that James Wan is cut into this trailer doing that 1940s interview style. That's like Charlton Heston taking us on a walking tour of the studio lot. I think you want to hear about my new movie. That's what this felt like. And I have to say, I'm kind of here for it. If James Wan's going to put his face in the trailer, I will see this movie, James Wan. I will see this movie.
Well, I'm dying to know how you turned into a horror movie lover from not being that person, because I'm not really a horror movie person. And I
know.
But I had a different journey than you, though, because when I saw it, I was like, and I saw James Wan, and he was like, I wanted to do something different. And then I immediately was like, oh, F you. Because I said that to all the trailers. But because I was like, ugh, it's a horror, and it's a white woman getting blah, blah. I was like, this doesn't look different than anything I've ever seen before.
That was my immediate annoyance.
But then
It didn't look different.
Right. But then as it went, there were some good scares. There were some interesting things. The idea of the creature being able to talk on the phone. So it kind of drew me into I was like, I would watch it. I would watch it actually. And my husband loves horror movies. So I probably will at some point. And I loved The Conjuring. That's one of the few horror movies I've ever seen that I could that was really like a ride for me. So, and didn't just piss me off. So I think it actually looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually thought it looked good, and I do like horror movies on occasion. They're not like my go-to, but I'm always down for a creepy, scary movie. I just wish they hadn't cut him into the trailer talking about how world-changing this is, because it really isn't. It really looks like The Conjuring. It looks to me like a movie he already made. So just say, we played with new stuff, but he was overstating.
Okay.
But I would see this.
I think that's an interesting perspective. I thought it was an interesting swing that he is compelling enough as a director and producer in Hollywood now of these kinds of movies that somebody thought having his face in the trailer would be a billable strategy. I thought that was interesting, if nothing else.
Yeah,
but I totally see your point.
it.
It's just
I just minded the words that came out of his face.
He just should have said visual, because he's like, if he's trying to do something new, watching a terrified woman get beat up and tormented and thrown around is not new, and it's actually very anti-woman. It's a genre thing, right? It's like the gay person always gets killed. It's always there's things that are tropes that happen that are, not to get
And you can already expect that she'll probably be the final girl. She'll go through these travails and she will get beaten up, and then she will learn to beat up, and then she will beat whatever it is and she will win. And around her, anybody in orbit of her is going to be brutally vivisected, and it'll be fine.
And that's how you came to love her.
And then she will be in Malignant 2, even more malignant.
Yes, more malignant.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We should say that The Starling releases on September 17th on Netflix, I think. And that Spencer releases on November 5th. And I think it's a
just in time for Thanksgiving. Apparently you started on November 5th and then it ends on Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
It's a long movie, but it's worth it.
Could be a long one. All right, guys. It's my favorite time of the podcast. It's games. That's the theme song, Mandy.
Yes.
So in honor of the movie Look Who's Talking, which came out in 1989, I have prepared what I hope is a fair and not very challenging
Why are you looking at me?
Quiz. 80s movie quotes quiz.
Oh, no. Okay.
Here's what I'm going to do, because I think I know how this is going to go. So, Fabian, if you just want to go get a drink and do something else, that's fine. But I think if I say you guys have to buzz in to answer, I think it's going to be a lot of Mandy rocking back and forth and going, oh, I know this, and swearing, but not actually buzzing in.
No, if you just keep it to the Breakfast Club, I'll know all of it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is say, Pete, this is your quote.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me the movie. Then I'll go to Mandy. She'll tell me, I'm just going to go back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to keep score. We're going to go rapid fire, people. You don't have a long time. Is that clear?
So ready?
Okay.
Remember, I grew up on a ranch.
Master.
Okay.
Oh, believe me, I know.
I so didn't grow up on a ranch that I don't even know what that threat means.
No, it means that I was in a hole, basically. Sorry. I was up in trees.
I thought that was trash talk.
She actually played outside with the animals instead of watching all these movies on repeat like I did. Okay. So I'm going to start off very, very easy. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
I have to make my little score sheet here. An M for Mandy and a P for Pete. Mandy, the first quote is yours. What movie is this from? Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Wall Street.
Mandy Fabian on the board.
Mm-hmm.
See how easy this is?
Gordon Gekko. Nice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Pete?
All right.
I'm going nice and easy, nice and gentle. Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Back to the Future, Part 1.
Oh,
nice.
All right.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This is good so
Mandy, I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Oh, it's that chick, Jessica, the Adventures of Roger Rabbit. Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, she got it and only swore once so far in the game.
Wow.
Did I swear?
Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat.
Oh, God. All right, Pete. Here's one for you.
Jack Nicholson, 5 Easy Pieces. Hold it between your knees.
Pete, jump back. Are you kidding me? Dancing is against the law?
Footloose, please.
Oh, that's good.
Mandy, I'm going to take a bath. I'll alert the media.
Arthur!
Yes!
Yes!
Pete, they're getting harder now. I'm warning you.
That one was going to take me a minute, but all of a sudden I started hearing Between the Moon and New York City. So
nice impression, by the way.
Thank you. Pete, you ready?
Yeah.
She's gone. She gave me a pen. I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen.
It's Cusack. It's Cusack, but it's Cusack in why can I think of the movie? It's Lloyd, and she sings. There's the guitarist. She sings.
We might be heading towards a steal here.
No, it's say anything. Lloyd Dobler.
Oh,
Lloyd Dobler.
Just under the radar. All right, I'm going to try and get a little harder here. Just
my God.
A little.
By the way, I might have known Say Anything and none of that other stuff. Like Lloyd Dobler? How do you remember that?
In the what's that song she's like? Don't you ever do it?
Lies when he cries.
Show
Lily
lies.
Taylor. Yeah.
Don't you even think it? Something like
that. Yeah. All right. Mandy, you're up. Never trust a woman who says she isn't angry.
Jesus. Never trust a woman who says she isn't angry. Aliens?
No. Pete for the steal. Do you know it?
God, I feel like I can see it. Oh, man. It was it's an 80s thing. No, I don't have it. I can totally see it. It's one of the handsome ones, though. Brat Pack kind of era, right?
Yeah. It is
so handsome.
St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't remember that from that movie. I just remember, Demi Moore rocking in that beautiful apartment. Now, if you had rocked, I would have
I've never seen that movie.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you just say to me?
Yeah, isn't it? I know. I've never seen St. Elmo's Fire.
Well, you will.
But I know the words to the theme song, which very few people do. What? You guys want me to sing it? Oh, you're sweet. We laughed until we had to cry.
We laughed until our last goodbye. Can that be the next
You should be able to. You should have intercepted that.
You're right.
Pete, you could pull ahead here, Pete. It's a big building with patience, but that's not important right now.
Airplane.
Son of a... That was a gimme. That's everybody knows every line from that movie. If you don't give me Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner, you're not a good friend.
Don't call me Shirley.
Mandy, you won't answer my calls? You change your number? I mean, I am not going to be ignored.
Fatal Attraction!
Yeah.
Yes. This is really just my chance.
That was a pretty good Glenn Close, too.
Perform. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I won't be ignored, Dan.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it Dan?
Oh, it's Dan. I know, because every friend of mine in the last 20 years or whenever that movie came out, if their name is Dan, they get an I won't be ignored, Dan.
All right. I'm going to do one more that I think you can get, and then I'll pick a couple of hard ones, and we will be done with this game. Right now, the score is 4-4, but Pete, it is your turn. You could take the lead here.
Oh, I'm a hot mess. Okay.
Back off, man. Pete. I'm a scientist.
I couldn't even hear. That was interference on the field right there.
Yes.
She was trying to get in my head.
Thank you for putting it in football terms so I'll understand.
We've got a flag on the field. Touchdown, many downs, end zone. Mm-hmm.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Was that Ghostbusters?
Yes.
I wanted to say Groundhog Day.
How much time does he really get, though? How much time? Okay. I'm just saying.
I feel like I just had a little embolism there. You got to give me
it's a fair
time
point.
for the stroke.
Pick up the pace or it's going to be a steal, Pete.
Now.
I don't want to warn you again. Okay, this is... let's just do it. Mandy?
Yeah.
You want to know what I did to get in here? Nothing. I didn't have anything better to
Oh
do.
my God, yes, thank you. Breakfast Club! Breakfast Club!
You're welcome, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to do one more that I think you can
If
get,
you want, also,
and then I'm going to try a couple hard ones.
I could also do the whole monologue that Judd Nelson does about the cigarette burn. If you want me to do it later, we could do it later, but I know the whole thing.
Okay. Let's save that for the gag reel at the Christmas party. Okay, Pete?
Okay.
What's the good of being a ghost if you can't frighten people away?
Was that actually Ghost?
No.
I don't know what that is.
Mandy for the steal?
What's the good of
Oh, frack.
being a ghost if you can't... What is it again? Can you say it again?
What's the good of being a ghost if you can't frighten people away?
Hocus Pocus?
An excellent guess, but wrong. Pete?
Beetlejuice?
Yeah. Yep. You can't say it 3 times, Pete.
I just said it 3 times.
Wait a minute. If I can't steal, does he get to go back and say it?
I just re-stealed for no points.
No, he didn't get the point.
Okay.
He didn't get
Fair
the
enough.
point. All right. Here are what I think are the
burns
challenging
me.
ones.
Okay.
Let's see. You're tied. 5-5. This could end in a tie. Are we ready? Mandy.
Yes.
Excuse me. Is that your nose or did a bus park on your face?
It's a wonderful joke. Working Girl?
No, Pete.
Was it Roxanne?
Yeah, Pete.
I mean, as long as we're doing Steve Martin movies,
Yep.
classic.
Well done.
All right. And here's your last quote. Imagine 7 million people all wanting to live together. Yeah. New York must be the friendliest place on earth.
Is that me or Mandy?
That's you, Pete. For a big win here.
No, I don't have it.
Mandy.
Because no one would have that
Mandy.
because it sounds like something Mayor de Blasio said last week.
Wow, topical.
Imagine, he's still mayor, right? Imagine, what is it?
Imagine 7 million people all wanting to live together. Yeah, New York must be the friendliest place on earth. You're welcome.
Oh, were you just doing, yeah, that's a knife.
That guy.
No, a knife. That's a knife.
The guy, Crocodile
That's
Dundee.
incredible. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I never would have
All
known
right.
it without the accent.
Pete wins. Pete wins. That was 80s movie quotes. That was my game.
He's older than I am. He's so much older than I am. It's not fair. You know what I mean?
Why would you even say that? Why would I have to go shave my beard right now? That was the most offensive thing I've ever heard you say to me.
And wildly
I don't remember
untrue.
the 80s except like one song.
The Next Reel just kicked off its 10th anniversary season. It's going to be a fun year looking at woman-directed films over the course of 10 unique series. Now remember, all of these movies will be connecting to this show through our weekly lists. And if you want to vote in the next week's list challenge, head over to the Show Talk channel in the Next Reel Discord community and you can cast your vote there. Now, if you are not a member, but would like to become one, and who wouldn't, people, head over to thenextreel.com/membership. The most it's going to cost you is $5 a month. That's right, I said $5 a month. Members get access to live streams as we record, early access to shows in your very own personal podcast feed, access to the super secret member channels in Discord. How come I don't know about those, Pete? We have to talk after the show. Member bonus episodes, and you even get stickers. Become a member. You will not regret it. So much fun, so much extra stuff. And if you still have some free time and you want to head over to Letterboxd HQ page, make sure to visit us, like us, and follow our stories. And while you're there, Letterboxd is offering a discount to anyone listening to The Next Reel. That's right. Head to truestory.fm/letterboxd or use the code NEXTREEL at checkout. And you can upgrade your Letterboxd account to Pro or Patron with a 20% off discount, which also works for renewals. Oh, it's time for our annual questionnaire. Okay, so they've been less than annual, but regardless, we would love to learn more about you, your listening habits, what you like and don't like about the show, your favorite Mandy, whatever. Just head to truestory.fm/satmat and you'll see a big questionnaire button. Click it, fill it out. We so appreciate the help. And to top it off, one lucky listener who fills out the questionnaire will get to pick one of our upcoming member bonus episodes. I would call that a perk, people. You guys can come back.
Well done.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
And now, as we've all been waiting for, we are ready for the list. This week's list selections tie into Look Who's Talking, directed by Amy Heckerling from 1989. It is the last film in the Next Reel's current series, 80s Comedy with Coolidge and Heckerling. And now the options for this week's list were posted in the Show Talk channel in Discord, and our members have voted, and they have decided that we shall talk about cantankerous and cute senior citizens, like Abe Vigoda in Look Who's Talking.
I just watched the movie, and when I saw Cantankerous and Cute Senior Citizens, I kind of forgot that he was in it. I don't know why. I just forgot that
those
whole
eyebrows.
part of the story at the end. I just forgot. Why are we talking about elderly people?
Using a pretzel stick as a key. We just watched it in my family.
Can I just tell you one thing that might appeal to you guys? One of the things that we did with this movie, Heckerling and Coolidge are music nuts, right? They have incredible taste, and their soundtracks from Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Valley Girl and Look Who's Talking and Real Genius, not so much Johnny Dangerously, but Weird Al has a song on there. Those soundtracks are amazing. And so we went through and we built the playlist of all of those movies. We're talking The Go-Go's, Tom Petty, Jackson Browne, The Ravens, Darlene Love, Led Zeppelin, The Cars, Stevie Nicks, Jimmy Buffett, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. Don't forget the Plimsolls and Sparks, the Payolas. I mean, it is an incredible playlist. 69 songs that were available and licensable, 4 hours and 9 minutes of amazing 80s classics. And I built this playlist in Apple Music and in Spotify, and you can follow it and fall in love with the 80s all over again. So we'll put those on the show notes page and we'll share them in Discord. And I'm just really excited. I think we're going to we're going to do these playlists for all of our series. So we'll have a lot of haunting horror scores coming up, and
with all your
it's really
free
great.
time.
I'm sharing the spot. Are you guys Spotify people or Apple Music people? I just shared the Spotify playlist with you, and I even made art. I made art for it. So there you go.
Fantastic.
You are a marvel.
Please don't.
You really are.
Stop.
You are. Tom Cruise
You get it done. Don't cut this part. Don't cut this part. So, because I got my trailer in first, I get to make my pick first for cantankerous and cute senior citizens. What I don't want to use the politically incorrect term. Oldsters, that can't be right.
Is that I don't know what just became politically incorrect now.
We'll go with seniors.
Well,
That's
who
a cool
knows?
thing to say.
Okay. So, I think I'm going to start with it's just one of my favorite movies of all time. And we talked about how I like a cathartic tearjerker. And this movie features two older ladies. One of them is cantankerous. They are both cute. This is Steel Magnolias.
Oh.
Did I steal it from anybody?
No, but it was on the brain as something that you would steal if I picked it. Does that count?
We all know the moment Sally Field is crying. I'm so mad. I just want to hit something. And Olympia Dukakis shoves Weezer at her and says, "Here, hit this." Oh, and Olympia Dukakis also in Look Who's Talking.
Oh,
no small parts.
How about that?
Well played, Kaplan. All right, Fabian, you're
It
up.
was nowhere even on. I didn't even think of that movie, but I love it. So fantastic. All right. My pick is the most lovable and cantankerous, but also super talented Shirley MacLaine.
Are you talking about me?
No. Yeah, right. No. I picked Shirley MacLaine's performance in Postcards from the Edge.
Oh.
Another cantankerous MacLaine performance.
One of my all-time favorite movies ever, and it's heartwarming. She's hilarious, and she plays this totally well-rounded, interesting character, and she's completely emotional and sympathetic, and some of the best quotes. Talk about a great movie to quote. I mean, it twirled up. She is By far, that is the performance of a lifetime, and it is one of my all-time faves.
Such a great pick. That's
Great
one
choice.
I feel like I should have picked, and I didn't even cross my mind. It didn't even cross my mind. So obvious. Oh, what a great one. That means I get to go with my first one is also going to be, I hope, a double steal because it should be super obvious. I just, sometimes you need to get away and you need to go to the old house and you need to take your old bride and you need to go settle in and do a little fishing. And then sometimes you hear, Norman, you old kook, and you're listening to the loons on Golden Pond. I love Henry Fonda. I find their marriage is awesome. Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda in this movie, and Jane Fonda is delightful. I love the whole sense and sensibility of this movie that they're in this movie together. It just, I haven't seen it in years, and my heart, it's just 3 sizes too big. It's just a great movie.
One.
I love it. Oh,
not a steal though, man.
No,
not on your list. No, too classy for us. Too classy.
Kook.
But a great film, and I agree, one of the best. Yeah. But it was a little, it's on the nose-ish. You know what I mean? Like you're looking for cantankerous guys. That's the
you're right.
That's a
you're
big
probably
one.
Right. Yeah,
iconic.
Yeah. So you're saying it's too much.
Way,
you're saying I went too far. I get it. I'm going to back off. The next one, I'm going to back off.
No,
Two on the nose. I'm going to back off. All right, it's all right. It's fine. I did too much.
All right, kids.
Sorry,
quiet down. So I immediately, when I think cute and cantankerous, older people, I was like, oh, I got it. Oh, wait, they're not actually old, but they are wearing a lot of makeup and they are playing old. And they are both cute and they are both cantankerous. And they say dialogue like, to blave, which means to bluff. So he was playing cards. Liar! Liar! Princess
Does it count that they're old now? Like, they finally caught up to the part? Is that how it works? What a great one.
And then there's that cute little old, she's like, I'm going to kill myself tonight. And he's like, yes, that's nice. The king. So there's lots of cute, cantankerous old people in Princess Bride.
Yeah. And it's funny. I thought of that movie, but I couldn't remember those two. I only remembered the priest that was like, marriage. Marriage is what brings us together. So that was a good one. I wasn't on my list. That's a good one.
What else you got?
I got a good one because I think this one is also, I think it's going to be a steal. I think this is definitely going to be a steal. Hoke, you're my best friend. Come on. Driving Miss Daisy? Mm-hmm. Anybody?
Mm-hmm. It was my alternate.
Oh,
that counts as a steal,
count
right?
As a steal. It wasn't in your prime. If it wasn't on the main list, it's not a steal.
Oh. Wow. Sorry, baby.
Them's the rules.
But, yep, that was a great one.
Mm-hmm. Jessica Tandy and Morgan Freeman. Wow, I blanked on his name for a second. Mm-hmm. Great movie, great lines. I thought about it, I was like, I want to show my kids that movie. And then I was like, whoa, my kids are... Do my kids need to know how things were? It's an interesting question.
But just watch Hairspray instead.
Yeah. It was very charming. I love that movie. That was one of my faves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a book and a bottle of whiskey. I think I'll take him to the park and see which one I finish first. Anyone?
No, but that was a very sexy read.
I did not do justice to the performer at all, even a little bit. I'll bet on the...
I missed the first part. What was it? The whiskey and the what?
And a bottle of whiskey. I think I'll take him to the park and see which one I finish first. I bet on the bottle. I wouldn't bet against you.
Was it Nicolas Cage and Leaving Las Vegas?
No, but that's actually not bad. It was actually Richard Harris with Shirley MacLaine. I had to get one in there, and Robert Duvall in Wrestling Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that movie existed.
So we're allowed to make up movie names now?
You can make them up as long as you haven't seen them.
That sounds like a real movie.
What do you know? No, are you kidding? Robert Duvall, Richard Harris, Shirley MacLaine. This is a fantastic movie. You have to see this movie.
I have to see this. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you guys. Unbelievable.
I know. Yeah. Well,
Richard Harris is a nut.
Well, you are.
He's chef's kiss, perfect.
You are mentioning pedigreed, award-winning, incredible actors, icons, legends of their time. My last pick features much better actors than those. Far superior pedigree. My movie features The Rock, Kevin Hart, Awkwafina. Because I can't go one SatMat episode without talking about my favorite movies. And this one is the second one in a series. It's Jumanji 2. Danny Glover and Danny DeVito. The Dannies. They should have a companion show for the Mandys. The Dannies are hilarious in this movie. And they are funny when it's actually them. But then when the others are playing them, it makes you love Danny DeVito and Danny Glover even more for how they're coming through these other guys. So, Jumanji 2, greatest film of all time. I think we could say it.
I don't want to commit. I feel uncomfortable committing.
And we can all agree. That's it, folks. That's been our episode.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I remember it won Best Picture, but I don't remember what year that was.
Thank you. Thank you for yes-anding. All right, what you got, man?
Well, I just happened, this is kind of a gimme because I just happened to watch this with my kids. So this was very easy for me. What's that?
Saw.
Oh, I thought
Schindler's List.
That's right. Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey. These are Casey's favorite movies.
Definitely. Shades of Grey. Oh my God. No, I've been showing them that all pandemic. Just kidding. No, this was, now this is a cantankerous, but well-drawn, sweet, sappiest, most charming, lovable kids movie ever with the best cantankerous old man who is suffering after the loss of his wife. Because what kids movie would it be without death? Yes, I'm talking about Ed Asner's performance in Up.
May he rest in peace.
Talk about a crotchety old guy with so beautiful. The dogs in that movie are hilarious. I forgot how equally heartwarming and complex and also hilariously funny that movie is. And all driven by a crotchety old guy. I'm going to say Up.
I think that's a beautiful choice. I cannot watch the movie because I've tried twice and I get so worked up that I have a panic attack after the first 15 minutes and I can't watch it.
Is it because dogs can talk?
No, I love a talking dog. We all know that. No, it's like his grief is so palpable and then I can't take it. It's a beautiful movie. I'm not knocking the movie. It's like
the opening sequence of that movie is the most stunning bit of visual storytelling. It is extraordinary. Yeah. It's extraordinary what they're capable of doing with that. No doubt.
This episode brought to you by Xanax.
Okay. Does that mean it's my turn? Is that where we are?
That's where we are.
I'm surprised that this wasn't a steal. I've been surprised that all of these haven't been a steal, frankly, but this one maybe more than any other. There is a movie about an old actor who is wrestling with his past and mortality, and he's a voice actor, and he's doing these barbecue sauce ads, Lone Star barbecue sauce, and he's got this longhorn mustache, and he's fantastic, grizzled old guy trying to come to terms. That movie is The Hero, starring Sam Elliott, and it's kind of it's fine, but that's not the movie I'm picking. Because I started thinking about that movie, and he's kind of a cantankerous old guy, and it's really serious. And I realized, oh my God, Sam Elliott has already done a better movie about an old guy coming to terms with his past and facing his future head on. And that movie is The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. That's right, 2018. The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. And you could not be more surprised than I was that that's not the movie I expected to see when I walked into this movie. It is it's one of those alternate history kind of things where he is kind of like reliving the experience through his memory of actually being a guy who walks in and assassinates Hitler. And then he's called to task because this raving lunatic animal Bigfoot is supposedly carrying this disease, and he is being called to go out and hunt it. And it does not perform as well because it's not Oscar bait. You know what I mean? Like, it's got action and spirit that the other movie, The Hero, doesn't have. But it's really great. It's so much better than I ever expected it to be. And it's just fun. And Sam Elliott it's bonkers. It's a bonkers movie, and he is a fantastic performer to be able to wend his way through this, a movie called The Man Who Killed Hitler and then The Bigfoot. So
it's the best title ever.
It is the best title ever.
I know. But I would like to say that when you did a 10-second impression about barbecue sauce, I was like, oh, that's Sam Elliott for sure.
Hey,
so I want to commend you.
Thank you.
Mandy did a killer Shirley MacLaine.
Yes.
I think I did a nice Alex Forrest.
Well, you've had kind of a run tonight, though. I mean, I don't know what I would pick is stronger. Get ready. There are giants in the sky. Yeah.
Oh, Pete.
We're going to,
do we do like an after show tonight where we just sing and do impressions?
I think it's good.
I've never been invited to Miscast, and I'm kind of upset about that. So whatever.
Next show, October 3rd.
Yeehaw!
L.A.
Yep. I know.
All right.
I just want to give a shout out. She didn't make my list, but I did want to give a shout out to Ruth Gordon in Every Which Way But Loose. God rest her soul.
Hey, no kidding. That's a great one.
Do you remember?
Right.
Ruth Gordon was just the very first actor I ever even saw being like a cantankerous old woman.
Yeah.
That's probably true for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That she was there first.
Have you guys...
Pete, did you have any other alternates?
I did. Have you seen Venus?
No.
Peter O'Toole is a cantankerous old actor, and he meets and falls in love with a young waitress, and she's the niece of one of his other cantankerous old friends, and she becomes kind of a caretaker, and then they've developed this like romantic, non-romantic relationship that is beautiful and funny and just straight up like well-written, delightful experiences. And Peter O'Toole has been served this role as a cantankerous older person for many years, and I think this is one of the really lovely performances that should stand out. And I don't think enough people saw it. When did it come out? 2006. 2006, and it's worth checking out. It's a delightfully beautiful spirit in this movie. Yeah.
All right.
Check that out.
Did you have any extras?
Mine was Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have an exciting situation for next week's choice that I would like to tell you about. The movie that the Next Real Film podcast is talking about next week is Willard Hoyke's, did I say that right?
You did.
And Gloria Katz's 1973 film Messiah of Evil, the first film in the Horror Debuts series.
Mm-hmm.
The members voted on the list options in the Discord Show Talk channel, and they chose a tie. They tied between quirky seaside towns and getting caught in a cult. Now, Mandy, Fabian, what do I love almost as much as I love cheese?
Seaside, no. Getting caught in a cult. I mean, if you can get caught in a cult while you're eating a lobster roll.
Mm-hmm. I am obsessed with cults. Obsessed. So as host on high, I'm the woman who killed Hitler and Bigfoot.
Both imaginary, by the way.
And Peter O'Toole. I am choosing getting caught in a cult. And I expect when I listen to the episode to learn about really interesting films that I didn't know about, that I can go on a culty deep dive, as I often do, because I love cults.
I'm excited about this. It's pretty rare that this happens, but I am on next week with Kyle and Tommy. And so I feel like the torchbearer in many ways, going from this show to the next. I was here when it was presented, and I shall be here when it dies.
And buckle up. That's going to be a good one. So as for the next poll, it's live right now. It is for the movie Goodnight Mommy, directed by Veronica Franz and Severin Fiala from 2014, the second film in the Next Reel's horror debut series. If you want to vote, head over to the Show Talk channel in our Discord server. You guys, it's past my bedtime.
Well done.
I'm proud of you for making it this long. You did a great job, Mandy. Thank you.
This show brought to you by Espresso. This has been Pete Wright, Mandy Fabian, and I am Mandy Kaplan. You guys, in the immortal words of whatever the captain's name was on Hill Street Blues, stay safe out there.
Wow! Come on, move it over. Let's say it, baby. I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it real slow.